Hey everybody, Chris Mayhew with Simple Tech coming at you with this week's Simple Tech tip. So today we're going to be doing a 5-minute ride into using Siri on a Mac. Now, Siri is a pretty good tool to use. Gets a lot of flack because a lot of other companies, let's be honest, do Siri a little bit better, or their versions of Siri, right? A little bit better. But in this case, we're going to hopefully help you understand a little bit more of the things you can do in macOS while using Siri. So, for instance, you can use Siri on your Mac to do everyday tasks, such as set up a meeting, or open an app, or get quick answers to questions that you may have. Siri works very much the same as it does on an iPhone or an Apple Watch or an iPad or a HomePod, whatever you use. So we're going to explore that a little bit deeper. If you watched our class on the menu bar, you know that we did go over some basic things there, and you can go back and revisit that if you need to in the show notes. But however, this is going to go a little bit more in depth. So hang tight for the next few minutes, and we're going to go through that quickly to give you some more tools on how to use Siri on your Mac. Thanks for watching. So Siri on a Mac is a great tool for quick actions. So things that maybe you just want to quickly open an application, or maybe you're not in your calendar app, but you want to quickly add a calendar appointment or a reminder, or maybe even a math formula, right? Like 2 + 2 = 4. Maybe you need to find the answer to an equation or something along those lines. So Siri has its uses for sure. Now, I wouldn't say that I use Siri very often on my Mac. It just sometimes doesn't make sense, right? But in a lot of cases, in some it might. So the first thing that you actually have to do if you haven't turned Siri on when you set up your machine is to turn it on. So what we need to do is we need to go up into our Apple menu and go into our system settings. And again, if you watch some of our videos, I just prefer to search. It's just a heck of a lot than scrolling through that big long list of stuff. And so here we go. So we have Siri and Spotlight. So Siri and Spotlight, they're kind of integrated because they're both kind of doing a search or being able to do some of the same things, like calculations, for instance, or opening an application. So here we have just a little simple toggle switch. Just going to go ahead and turn it on. And this says, do you want to enable Ask Siri? Well, we do want to turn it on. If you want to know more about Siri and privacy, I know that it is a concern, and there was some stuff, that came out a while back where Apple was, tracking what kind of responses and things or questions Siri was being asked. You could look here and get a little more. So now here we have some advanced options, right? So listen for Hey Siri on headphones. So that is going to be great if, you're wearing AirPods as an example. Keyboard shortcut, press down and hold the microphone. I'm looking at my keyboard right now going, I don't have a microphone on my keyboard. Oh yeah, I do. It's F5. F5. What voice do you want to use? So now they have different voices for Siri. I still am OG. I go with the original Siri voice. It's the one I like. You could delete your Siri history. So again, going back to privacy and all that kind of good stuff. And then search results for Spotlight are down here. So depending on, if you want to customize your Spotlight, which we have in another course, that you could watch. This is where you can actually customize some of the results from Spotlight. But Siri will give you some results. So if you asked it to do, a web search or something along those lines, it's using Spotlight, in fact, to kind of do that. So now that we turned on Ask Siri, we have now a little Siri button up here in the top corner over by the clock. Now that is simply something that we just need to click on. Now we didn't enable Hey Siri, and I'm surprised none of my devices are going off when I say that. And we didn't enable that feature because I'm not wearing headphones, sorry. So a couple ways we could actually activate Siri now is to, again, hold the microphone. So you can see I'm holding the F5 button down, and Siri has activated over here in the top right hand corner above that folder, and she is listening in. She should be using the microphone also coming from my phone, so we'll find out and see what she says when I let go here.
Is there something else I can help with?
So she didn't quite understand or get what I was doing. And again, if you've watched our previous videos, I'm on a Mac Mini, so it doesn't really have a mic and all that, especially with my camera recording right now, that is going to work very well.
Everything you need to know about Apple products is at Apple's website.
Did you catch that? There's a spot for you to go. So really, you could use it. You could say, hey, open app, and then select your app. Or, what's 5 plus 5? I don't think the microphone's going to work, but what's 5 plus 5? Yeah.
The answer is 10.
Oh, there we go. So it caught it on the microphone there. Again, I thought there was going to be an issue with Loom using my microphone at the same time as my phone, so I didn't think it was going to kind of work right. But there we go. So it can do a calculation. It's really simple, straightforward to do. It's not that big of a deal. The first thing you got to do is just turn it on. And then after that, like I said, if you're using an Apple keyboard, hopefully you have the F5 key has a little microphone on it. I have one of the numeric Magic keyboards with numeric keypad with the 10 key off to the side. So if you have that one, it's the F5 key. Or you could just simply just click this button up here, and it activates Siri, and you click it again and it turns it off. So that's a quick little 5-minute ride on turning on Siri, what it does, how it can help you, but play with it. It's no different than if you use it on your phone, iPad, or anything like that in the car. So play around with it, test it out, use it. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.